Hey YouTube, today we're going to be doing a video on how to access your high notes. I know this is a struggle for most singers, especially when you're starting out. How can you increase your range and get those high notes to sound better? How to get them to feel easier? So we're going to do some exercises today to help you with that. So our first exercise, we're going to start down here and we're going to do a hum. Okay, I always like to start kind of my warm-ups with closed mouth exercises, like a hum, or like a sort of lip trill before I open up to my vowels, because it just helps my voice to get warmed up without having to use so much energy for the vowels. And before you do the hum, a few quick tips for a really good hum that isn't placed in a weird place. So just make sure you're doing an ah. It's like an ah position in your mouth, making sure that your teeth aren't touching, and then you're gonna close your mouth with the ah inside. So we wanna bring it forward just like you're saying, like an apple, ah. Actually, yeah, it's like a brighter ah, apple, that's a good position for your hum. So say apple, and then sing apple, that's your hum. Okay, so now we got it. So we're gonna go, and if it helps you to do that, then try that. Yeah, that bright instead of is gonna help you get it in a good place. Here we go. Ready, and push it like more towards the nose. It's okay if it's a little bit nasally. A couple more. So if at the top it felt like it was kind of in the back and it was straining your throat, that means you need to bring that hum closer to your nose, your kind of like mask area up here. And if you take your fingers like this and press right kind of next to the nose, then it should help your voice to kind of move forward a little bit, because you're feeling that space where it should be resonating versus back here, up here. Try that there and it should help. So now that we've worked our way up with a hum, now we're gonna go back down here and we're gonna open that up to ma, okay? And this is the same as an apple. There are a couple different, there are bright ahs and there are dark ahs. When I'm doing exercises like this, I have a tendency to keep all of my singing in my throat, which puts a lot of pressure on my vocal cords, and I won't be able to last long when I'm singing. So I need to think about brightening my ah so that I can bring my sound a bit more forward, and that's gonna help me with those high notes. As we're going up, if it starts to feel like, it's like far in the back, there's a lot of tension there and it hurts to go up, then start moving your jaw around. Why don't we actually do this from the beginning? So we're gonna go, and move the jaw around. This is gonna help you to release any sort of tension or tightness that's holding your sound up there. We wanna relax as we're going up. Here we go. Ready, and take a good breath. stop there. If it's getting a little bit difficult for you up at the top, you reached an E up there. So at least for girls, like the E, F kind of area is a struggle. So if you move the jaw around, that should be helping you. Try not to move your tongue, because that's gonna create some tension. Usually the number one cause of tension in the voice, especially as you're going up, has to do with your tongue position. If your tongue, even the slightest change, the slightest movement can cause some sort of tension there and block the sound from going up. So making sure that your tongue stays flat. I like to keep my tongue near the bottom row of teeth, touching the bottom row of teeth so it doesn't get stuck in the back. Couple things for you guys to remember from this video, trying to access those top high notes. If you can keep some space in between your teeth, okay? I know a lot of singers talk about you need space to sing, you need that open space in the back. And at least for me, it wasn't helpful to think about it like in the back of my throat because that made things really tight back there. So for me, thinking about keeping space in between my teeth, especially in between my back molars, helps me to keep that space that I'm talking about when you're going up. Secondly, moving the jaw around is really good just for practice purposes. It's really good to help get rid of any sort of tension as you're going up, any sort of tightness when you're holding the voice. It just helps to loosen things up, and when you have a loose jaw, that is super, super helpful with just having a nice flowing sound. You kind of just have to go for it, guys. And the whole thing about practicing by yourself, the great thing about that is that you can experiment. And you never want to do anything that puts a lot of pressure on your throat or makes your throat feel really tight, because that's not going to be good for singing. Use your air, use that breath to support your voice and to get those high notes, okay? Well, thanks so much, YouTube, for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!